Capricorn, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Capricorn, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards, going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. All right, so Capricorn, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Just wanted to tell you guys that I am praying for everyone out there. I know things are looking the way everything is going. You're in my prayers, okay? So just have patience and be calm about things, okay? All right, so let's do this. Capricorn, two cards for Capricorn for their highest good. This is for Capricorn for their highest good. Oh, okay, nice. Wow. It says, navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Really? Wow, this is beautiful. Really believe, because there's a lot of good things coming in for you. Look at that. Seeing clearly. I feel like there's for you to take a chance on things, like just take a leap of faith and follow what you want to do, because it's going to be successful. And then it says, wondrous universe, walk in beauty. So believe that everything's going to fall into place. Believe that God has your back, or whoever you pray to. Believe that they're leading you, bringing you these good things. Wow, nice. Capricorn, that's beautiful. All right, Capricorn, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Capricorn for their highest good. Just shuffle these one more time. One card for the current, one for the situation, one for the past, one for the what's hidden, wow, one for the hopes and fears, one for the what you need to do now, what you need to work on, and the outcome. All right, so put this here. So Capricorn, oh goodness, you have a lot of cards here. What is going on with you? All right, so you start off with the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords could be that there's some kind of betrayal, some kind of deceit that you went through. Or maybe you're still going through it, but we'll see. Could also mean that you're could also mean that you're, keeping things to yourself. Then you have the King of Cups. Hold on, you guys. Let me see what's going on here. All right. Then you have the King of Cups here. The King of Cups is saying that to really keep your emotions balanced, you're angry, your frustration and all that. Don't take it out on anybody else, but we'll see why it's here. You have the High Priestess for the past. It's they're asking you to trust your intuition and use your intuition. You have the Three of Swords for what's hidden. They're saying that your emotions are going to be very high. There's been some kind of hurt or some kind of sadness could have been going through. Then you have for the hopes and fears, you have the Sun card. You start thinking positive. The sun's going to be shining. Things are going to get better. Then you have the Nine of Cups here. I'm sorry, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is saying that even though it's been hard, it's been frustrating, and you've been hurt, that continue to push forward no matter what. Okay, don't give up. You have the Nine of Cups here, and the Nine of Cups is saying that have gratitude, even if you think that everything is falling too bad. Really have gratitude for everything that is good. Okay. That for you to step back and to see your accomplishments, that everything that you have done. Then you have the Six of Cups here, and you're being very nostalgic, thinking about the past. You could also be going through a healing also, because I feel like you're going through a lot. But we'll see. Let's see what's going on. Wow. All right, so Capricorn, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Capricorn. Why is the Seven of Swords here for Capricorn? One more card. Wow. Okay. So definitely, you know, you've been going through some kind of betrayal. Maybe you've been keeping things quiet to yourself, you know, but some kind of deceit. You know, maybe you felt betrayed about something, or just a lot of bad things going on, you know, behind your back. You know, they're saying that there's a lot of changes going to come in. Okay, there's unexpected changes that are going to come in, things that you just didn't even think were going to come in. So be ready, okay, because there's change here, a lot of changes. Okay, and I feel like it's not bad. I feel like it's good. You know, I think that things are going to start moving out for you. You have the Knight of Cups here. They're asking you to trust your intuition because you have the High Priestess card right next to it, and she is nothing but of in your intuition. They're asking you to really trust your intuition, that you have that inner knowing, you know, about things, to use it. I feel like there could be traveling here. I feel like you need to make decisions from your heart and trust your heart and follow your heart in what you want to do. Okay, really follow your heart. I know it seems like hurtful or whatever, but you need to start trusting yourself. You're going to have a lot of ideas. They're asking you not to give up and to be calm about things. Okay. You have the King of Cups. And why is the King of Cups here for the situation? One more card. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, you do have the King of Cups here. The King of Cups is saying that, you know, no matter what you've been through or what you're going through right now, it's not the time for you to go and get angry, to get frustrated, to have some kind of self-control with everything that's going on. You do have the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups says that you're very disconnected right now. You're not really focusing on the things that you should be focusing. And then you have the Five of Cups. So you went from the Four of Cups to the Five of Cups, which means that you have a lot of regret also. You're feeling disappointed. You're feeling regret. You're feeling like, you know, you just can't see the good in anything. And you really need to try to see the good in everything. You know, the Five of Cups is here and you're so unfocused. You're so disconnected that, you know, you're not seeing the good things in life. You know, you have the Three of Cups, but you're not seeing the two cups that are still standing. You know, if you could just look up, instead of being in the darks, look up and see the light. Look up and see the goodness of the things that are going on. Okay. Because I know it's hurtful. It is. You know, people do things to us and it's very hurtful. But we need to rise above that, you know. And it takes time to do that, but you still need to rise above. No matter what, little by little, you will, okay? Try your best to do that. You do have the High Priestess card here. The High Priestess is saying, trust your intuition and use it, you know. And like I said, you know, you have that inner knowing. The High Priestess, she's about knowing. You know who you are. You know how to use your intuition and trust yourself, okay? And that's what they're asking you to do. You have the Three of Swords up here for the Three of Swords for what's hidden. Why is the Three of Swords here for Capricorn? One more card. Wow. Wow. So you're going to go through a lot of changes. I'm going to tell you right now. There is a lot of changes coming through here. So be ready. You need to get out of this rut that you're in, like this upset, because you're very angry. I could tell, you know. So with the Three of Swords here, you know, it's been emotional for you. You know, been sad. There's been, you know, grief. There's could been grief or sadness or disappointment or just a heartbreak, just a complete heartbreak. I feel like you're very angry about things, you know. I mean, I feel like you need to really let that go. And try your best to let it go. And try to change the way you're seeing things and how you're feeling, okay? They're asking you to go within, to meditate, you know, seek counsel if you need to, but really go within, clear your mind, take walks and be alone. It's time to be alone so that you can gather your thoughts and try to clear your mind, because you need to. There's a lot going on right now, and you're really frustrated about a lot. Very sad and frustrated, and, you know, have a lot of regret and disappointment. You need to let that go, okay? Then you have the Sun card here. My goodness, pushing that. And why is the Sun card here for the hopes and fears? Wow. Well, there it is. There's that change. Okay, so you did get the Tower card, and on down here on the ground here, you have 555. So when you get 555, that means there's changes coming in very fast. So just know that. And you have the Tower card here, so it's a lot. Okay. You have the Five of Pentacles. You know, for a lot of you guys, you feel like you're not going to have enough money, but there is a lot of sadness here. There's a lot of just been hurt, just a lot of hurt, you know, depressed, hurt. But you got to think positive, okay? Try to see the light in everything. Try to, you know, rise above that. You know, like I said, you know, go within and meditate. Go within and have some kind of peace, some kind of time. They're asking you that even though you're going through all this, they're asking you to keep pushing forward, even though you've been hurt, because you're very strong-willed. You can do anything, Capricorn. You know, this is just something that you're feeling. You're feeling a lot, you know, but you can rise above it because you have before and you will now. Okay, so don't give up on anything. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on anything that you're trying to do. You know, keep continuing to push forward. You have the Nine of Wands here again, and why is the Nine of Wands here, and what you need to do now? One more card. Wow. Okay, so you have 999 also here. So it's a lot. You know, you're completing phases also. But you do have the Nine of Wands again. You know, if you see them, the picture, you know, they're hurt. They're very hurt and battered. You know, they've been very hurt. And that's you. You know, you're constantly in your mind with the Nine of Swords. You're constantly overthinking of a lot of things. You know, you're in your mind all the time, worried, can't sleep, you know, feeling like just like, how could this have happened? You know, you feel betrayed. You feel like, you know, like you got punched in the gut, you know, you feel like that. I could feel it here. It's just so much feeling here. It's crazy. And you have the Chariot card here, and they're asking you to try to take control of your thoughts. Start taking control of your thoughts, of how you're thinking about things, because remember what I always say, that with your thinking, it always comes in. You're manifesting all this negative. You need to shift your mindset. You really do. Try to push forward and move forward. I feel like some of you guys are going to be moving, or could be moving. A lot of you guys could be traveling also. But they want you to just keep moving forward and not give up, because there is some kind of success here. There is, you know, rewards here, but you're just not seeing anything because you're still in this mode. You have the Nine of Cups here, and why is the Nine of Cups here for what you need to work on? One more card. Wow. So, you do have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups, you know, maybe there was some kind of gift or blessing that came in for you. Maybe it was a financial reward, something like that. And I feel like, you know, maybe there was something that happened with your finances. Maybe you need to work on your finances, you know, something like that. You know, I feel like just something here about that. I feel like you need to use your finances really wisely. That was a message for somebody. And I feel like that you're very upset about the finances, so a situation with your finances, and you're very upset about it, very emotional, very upset about everything. They're asking you to have gratitude, okay? All right. For everyone else, that was a message for someone, but for everybody else, I feel like, you know, for you to have gratitude for everything, either big or small, okay? I feel like there is this new beginning coming in for you. You are on a new path, but you know, you're going through so much right now that you're not seeing a lot. There's financial opportunities coming towards you. And then there's the Three of Swords here, and the Three of Swords is saying that your emotions are going to be very high. So just keep your emotions balanced, okay? Try to keep them balanced. Like I said, don't take it out on anyone. Don't get upset or frustrated on anyone. You know, don't say anything that's going to hurt somebody else because you feel hurt. You got to really control that, okay? And then you have the Six of Cups here. And why is the Six of Cups here for Capricorn? Wow. All right, so you do have the Six of Cups, and you know, maybe you're being nostalgic, you know, thinking about the past, about everything that's been going on. I do feel like you're going through this healing also, because things are changing for you, and you're going through so much. You're feeling a lot. You're going to. I feel like it's okay to visit the past, but not stay there. Okay, so just really try your best to leave things behind. They want you to rest, to take it easy. You know, they want you to just start taking care of yourself, because you're not taking care of yourself, and you really need to start resting. When you feel tired, take a snooze or just rest when you can, okay, because you really need that. But you also have the Emperor here, and the Emperor, you know, they're saying that you can handle anything that comes your way. Anything. You're ready for it. You've been through it. You know how to handle it. You know, don't let anything get you down. Anything that has happened, don't let it get you down, because things are going to change. They want you to step back into your power, to be the leader that you are, Capricorn. Okay? You're very strong willed. You know how to make wise decisions. You're very smart, you know, but they want you to be like that. They don't want you to be all this like disconnected, feeling regret, being hurtful. They want you to continue to keep feeling strong, like you can overcome anything. Okay? So remember that. Have faith that the universe has your back. You know that this is just temporary. That you're not going to be feeling like this. See the light, see the good in everything. You know, no matter what. I know it's hard to do that, and then you know, do it, but you have to try. Don't give up on anything. Don't give up on anything, but get out of your mind. Shift your mindset, okay, to positive instead of negative. All right, so Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. God bless.